Now, first off, September and October so far have been punishing for the world market, U.S., Europe, and EMs. Is this nervousness due to the end of tapering or profit booking?
I think this is more to do with the strength in the US dollar, which may have something to do with the end of QE. But I think what we're really beginning to see now is that short interest rates in the United States are beginning to trend up. That happened after the latest FOMC meeting, and it's the dollar which is really driving capital markets at the moment, and that's leading to a tightening in financial conditions pretty much across the world. It's spilling now into equity markets, but we've seen it in other markets, foreign exchange market, commodity markets, and credit markets as well.
Now, markets have been mindful of more QE from the ECB, but is the worry about the ECB's commitment for stimulus help justified at this point?
Well, I think the ECB came out with a fairly novel program a few months ago where they stated that they would be buying ABS and other private sector securities. Unfortunately, the take-up for that program wasn't as significant as the markets had anticipated, with the outcome that the ECB is going to struggle to grow its balance sheet as rapidly as the market had hoped, and therefore we've had some disappointment. I think the likelihood is that QE will be very much on the, formal QE will be very much on the agenda of the ECB early next year. And what we don't know, and what we haven't known for some time, is whether the Bundesbank in particular will at this juncture be prepared to support such action. In the past they've always said no, but at the moment, of course, even the German economy is running into some difficulties, so maybe their judgment this time round will be different to the judgment they've passed on this matter on previous occasions.
Is the euro's weakness more internal to the eurozone or led by dollar strength?
I think many of the euro's problems really are the creation of the eurozone. Much talk on structural reform, but less action. And I think before we see sustainable growth in Europe, and I think by sustainable growth we're looking 2% plus, we're going to have to see some more structural reform. So I think really the ball is in the Europeans' court, and it's very difficult to blame the American economy and a strong dollar for its woes. Indeed, the strength of the US economy and the strength of the dollar will both benefit the Eurozone in the course of 2015.